Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for October the 10th to 1 at 24. And it's that most exciting of evenings, the evening we wait for every 13 weeks. It's time for PvP matches. What I like to call the broccoli of universal endeavors. I can say that word. Hi, Osiris. How are you doing tonight? It's good. We are live now. Have to hit all the right buttons to get there. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I have talked to one of our players, Frost, who's down in Florida. I assume he's okay-ish in that he sent me a message, but haven't heard anything more than that. Some of our other players in Florida are not able to communicate with us at the moment, so fingers crossed if you're in the line of the storm. I don't think we're going to get it this time around. The one 2 weeks ago managed to make it all the way up here to scenic Indianapolis. And we desperately needed the rain, so I can't complain too much. But man, that was a storm. Interesting. No, I don't need help with my dogs. Thank you. Yes, that one. That one right there. Thank you. What have we got coming up here? Oh, really, so many ads. I'm trying to get the weather, and it's going, dog food commercials. Let's see. We have not got rain for the next 2 weeks, so that's not good. Oh, well. So apparently the storm's not coming up that way. Good evening, Mr. Dave. Good evening, Shadow. You're not late? Holy moly. I've been on for 3 minutes. Sweat it not. That's fine, yeah. Just take care of yourself. I was supposed to work till 4 today. And at about 1 o'clock, the person I needed, or 12:30, somewhere around there, the person I was meeting with in the afternoon said, hey, we got at 2 o'clock. I said, yeah. He goes, and I have a more important meeting at 2. Can we reschedule? You mean I can go home now and work from home? No problem. Yeah. Make my life difficult. So I got home and walked the doggers for an hour in the sun, and they're both just lying here going, thunk, we're done. I'm tougher and weaker than I look. Yeah, I kind of like looking not particularly strong or not particularly tough, because it's kind of fun. I was the only one who went to class last night, so I got a wonderful evening with working with Grandmaster, excuse me. He's now Grandmaster. And we just worked on basic wrist techniques, and he's much bigger than I am, so it's always a matter of how do you take down somebody who weighs more than you are and is taller than you are and is bigger than you are and is more knowledgeable than you are. It's always fun. So yes, I don't look tough. I don't look strong. Maybe I'm not either. But I can hold my own. Hi, Rachel. Shadow has joined us, but his microphone is off, so no problems. Anyway, tonight I thought we would tackle the PvP matches, as I said, the broccoli of universals. There is a new trailer out for Lower Decks Season 5, which is relatively cute. And what else was I just watching? I was watching something else related to Star Trek. But I did see that Paramount Plus is pulling all of the Star Trek movies from the streaming thing, and they're going to have them available on different streaming services. So if you're like me and you've got Amazon and Paramount Plus, as soon as Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds is done for the year, I'm just going to turn it off. In fact, I might turn it off after Lower Decks, and when Strange New Worlds comes out, I will get up and binge watch it. And I see we have a Musin. Hi, Musin.
Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling, dear?
Not 100%.
Well, yeah.
But okay, I guess.
Okay.
My voice is back. That's a good one.
Yeah, you're a little crackly on your voice still. We'll take it, yeah. It looks like Lower Decks will premiere with 2 episodes on October the 24th, which looks like is a Thursday. So 2 Thursdays from now, I think that'll probably break at midnight. If it's like it usually does, we will be on. I kind of figured you meant that, Shadow. No worries. Go back to the old ways, wake up, exercise, breakfast, lunch, supper at the kitchen table. I don't have a kitchen table. One of these days. Pancakes and Pinot Grigio. That actually sounds good. Hey, it's Board King. Hi, Board King.
Hello.
How are you?
Congested.
Yeah, you sound a little congested. What is going on, everybody? Musin sounds like bleh, and you sound congested. That isn't good.
Yeah, and we're supposed to be able to see the Aurora Borealis tonight
you?
and tomorrow.
Oh.
And it's so cloudy over here.
Oh, dang. Hang on, let's see if we can
You
see
know,
it.
that's what happened last time. God hates it.
Yeah, I know. It happened here the last time.
Everyone else I know has seen, well, no,
I've seen it
right?
once.
Yeah, but
Let's
every
see.
time I want to see it, I can't see it. So
Let's see. We might see the Northern Lights starting tonight, but I don't know if that's north of us. Give me a map so I can see.
well, it says it's supposed to be seen at least in California.
Yeah, but California extends somewhat north, too.
Down towards Alabama too.
Ooh, maybe. Maybe. It's very maybe. The extreme periphery of it just touches Indianapolis. But most of it would be northern Indy, not me. Indiana Dunes State Park, for those of you who know Indiana Dunes State Park. Oh, shoot! Do you know what a international dark sky is? There's a couple of parks in the U.S. that are considered to be dark sky parks. There's, from sufficient range around them, there's no artificial lighting at night.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you get- And there's quite a few out by you. Around here, there's not a lot because though there's
Yeah,
a
but I
lot.
also have canyon walls around me too.
Yeah, well, I got trees around me. I mean, I can go 10 miles out and there's no lights at night. As I can testify from driving home last night through farmland. But there's so many trees, so it just blocks everything. Yeah, Osiris, you gotta drive out into the country. I live in Indianapolis. It is country. A couple miles from here, pitch black. Which is always fun at night when I'm trying to drive home from work and from class. There's nobody around except that one truck coming at you that's got its brights on, and it's just like, son of a gun. Osiris, are you suggesting this is not a major city?
I hate it when people have their brights on during the day.
Yeah. Why? Why would you do that to us? What did we do to you?
You were there.
That's obviously true. I was driving home one night, and there was a shooting star coming down right in line with the highway I was on, and I'm waiting for it to hit the ground and that massive explosion to occur. Then it occurred to me, if it hit from where I was at, it was going to hit in Danville, Illinois, and it could have obliterated all of Danville, and no one would notice.
We actually had a meteor land here somewhere here in
Really?
Zion.
That's neat.
Back in 2018. I'm sitting at home. I was playing. I think I was just playing on my computer for no reason. And all of a sudden, I heard this like a
Wow.
huge explosion.
Yeah, but did the thing that landed kind of unscrew and the Triffids came out and started doing the whole War of the Worlds thing?
I wish.
Did not come out of the screwing thing.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen the old War of the Worlds?
I have.
Yeah, I've
Yeah, remember the top of it kind of is it that one where it kind of unscrews?
In the original story, the lid was being unscrewed by the aliens. I've actually seen and heard every War of the Worlds variant. So, but yeah, the lid unscrewing in the old movie,
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
came directly from the original play.
Wow.
What'd you think of Tom Cruise's War of the Worlds?
Ugh.
Oh,
Ugh.
that's like the
No.
next to the show. That's like
Just
the
forget
worst.
it. Just forget it. Osiris says he's gone out a few times doing planet hunting at night because it's space. Yes, it is space. And I have a very nice telescope that I brought from Chicago here, thinking I could put it out in the back because it's actually very dark around here. until I remember I have 25 trees. So as long as everything occurs within that little, like, 2 feet of area that doesn't have trees, we're fine. Hi, Graz.
That's why you should come to Springdale again with that telescope. You can see
I was actually looking at buying a car that would be better for me and children coming with. Well, Osiris, I actually kind of live out where there's not a lot of light pollution. We don't have street lights in my subdivision. Across the street is a huge park, and behind us is more houses that don't use street lights. I think there's some on the main road, but there's just like a street light here and there. So it's pretty good. You can go out and really enjoy the night light, except for the fact there's so many trees. But then my subdivision's called The Trees, and they don't like you to cut down your trees. So we have trees. Lots of them. But yeah, working. I was telling Ed and my son and Grandmaster that I'm probably going to either buy a car that's comfortable for the dogs to go riding in, or a camper van that's comfortable for the dogs to go riding in, and go do some traveling next year. So yeah, I'll come over and visit you, and instead of just spending an hour there, maybe spend a couple of days.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, the best War of the Worlds is Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the
Oh
Worlds.
my God.
Who?
I don't know.
Musical version of War of the Worlds.
No, it's obviously the written book.
The what?
The book.
No, the live broadcast. The live
book.
broadcast from the 30s or whatever year.
I have the live broadcast from the 30s.
Where everyone freaked out because they thought it was real.
That's a myth.
I'm not so much for the music that they're playing, the orchestra. I'd rather listen
when you get the
to Jeff
music
Wayne's
going,
music.
it kind of mucks it up.
Yeah, today's day and age, that music just doesn't work for people.
Did they do War of the Worlds for Alien Voices? Does anybody remember? I don't think so.
The only alien voice I know of it is like the one in the musical version, the weird cry they do.
No, Alien Voices. Alien Voices. It was John Delancey and Leonard Nimoy. They did a couple of radio-esque shows. They did First Men on the Moon. A couple H.G. Wells. Invisible Man. Lost World. I'm trying to think what else. They did like 6 or 8 of them, and they were really quite good.
Okay, I have 500 lullaby. Want to try to get Badgie.
Badgie is a good thing. We were doing the episode Home with JB on Tuesday, and Badgie went after whatever we're fighting, the aliens, and he's just stabbing them. Stab. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so grisly. I love it. I want a stabby Badgie.
Well, I'm going to see if I can get the combat.
You want stabby Badgie.
How do I get stabby one?
Well, I don't think it's random. I think you can buy them, can't you?
It's the combat one, and I think the best way is to use energy credit to buy it off the exchange.
Let's see here.
That's the 100% guaranteed way.
So the other one's a chance you won't get them?
Yeah.
Well, there's a chance that you'll spend like 1,500 Lobby on it.
Yeah.
That's how bad the drop rate is.
It is, it's just described as Badgie.
Yeah.
I want...
It's in a purple box, though. So,
I mean, it's only 100 for it, but at the same time, I don't want to wind up spending hundreds on it.
Well, the actual drop rate to Lobby exchange, it can be priced up to 300 million.
Ooh, I actually got one.
Be in the...
He got it, so I guess it makes life easy.
Yeah.
So, Rachel says that's not the combat one. So
No,
there-
it is the combat one.
Okay, well, I think she means the ones I'm looking at here. Let's see. So
Ground combat pet.
The combat one is a purple name.
okay, so it's the combat variant, and that's going for 275 million on the exchange. I don't need it that
Wow.
badly.
That
I
sounds
don't need
about
it that
right.
badly.
No,
Well,
but
it is-
that sounds about
and I-
right.
You know what? I even did this on my. I even got Badgie on my lower decks character. So I'm happy.
Very good. Well, see, the game doesn't hate you. But I need Stabby Badgie. I will get a Stabby Badgie, but probably not today, though.
I heard that it's more or less a gimmick, Pat.
It is a gimmick.
But it's so much
the
fun.
The real plus side of that badgie is that it does a little hold on your enemy.
It looks amazing. He
Well,
jumps on him, he stabs them, he puts his hands on his hips, he kind of yells at him. Stabby Badgie.
Oh yeah, and he ascends when he's done.
Yeah, he's great.
But
He's perfect.
The real value of it, for what I've seen, is the fact that once it grabs your enemy is being held in place for a couple of seconds, and this is very handy in PvP.
Speaking of, yes.
Oh my god, I'm not doing that.
Hey, we can do it as a team. You know, you can do it the fun way. Join us.
I'll join.
Cool. Let's
Hey,
see.
you going to do a 4-on-1 match?
Oh, we can do as many as we want to. I mean, yeah. It's private. We can have some fun.
I mean, if you want to do a grind for the bond with life thing, that's something that's technically possible as part of a PvP endeavor.
Yep, we have done that too. Osar says we all gonna get stabby tonight. Good evening, WC. How are you? Who else wants to join in for some team stabby
Sure.
stabby? Or Hawkman, you up for it?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, anybody else? We can take as many as we need to, and just everybody does it at once.
So how much does the ground combat, non-combat badgie go? Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Badgie go for on the market.
On the market, like 4 million.
Okay.
I mean, so it's not horrible if you wind up with it.
That went up. I remember them being like 100,000 because people just got way too many at the start.
Well, it's one of those supply and demand things. You know, it's like the
Yeah.
demand wasn't there, so people just sold them for peanuts because they wanted to get rid of them.
Yeah,
It-
but that's
it
also
just-
because the drop rates, right? The drop rate for the combat one was so high that a lot of people spent nearly 1,500 Lobi or more and got a whole lot of like non-combat badges.
And you know, they dumped them because they wanted to get rid of them.
If you're looking for it on the exchange, Cyrus, look for the combat variant. The other ones are
I just-
non-combats.
I just looked under construct
Yeah.
to see how much
And
the badgie
there is
non-combat.
Logic Key.
There is
Yeah,
Logic Key. Somebody gave
has
me
a
Logic Key.
different name.
Good key.
It's literally called Logic Key, and
There's
that
There's
one-
Good G.
Yeah, those might be lower price.
Yeah, 1 million.
Anybody else up for a little PvP? It doesn't say it's got to be ground or space. We can go either way. Musin, you want to join us?
I'm actually working on a factory. I've got to balance a lot of liquids.
Okay. Sounds like me in the morning, but that's a different story.
Sounds like me now.
No, I've been hard at work building a factory.
Okay.
In real life.
This game is addicting. I've got hundreds upon hundreds of hours on this playthrough already.
Oh, so
Which game?
Oreo.
Satisfactory.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I heard they had a new update come out recently.
Well, the recent update is the 1.0, so it's technically out of early access now.
Yeah, one of my acquaintances said that he'd been playing that a lot. Yeah.
I'm currently in the middle of redesigning the factory to be higher production. So I've been taking out all my machines. I'm going to start over on building the entire infrastructure of resources and water.
It's building a tower in the center hole of the map. Okay. Mason is sharing his screen with us. See what we got here.
Got a little particle accelerator
Creepy.
over there.
Yeah, no. Nope, not for me. Nope, please, nope.
I mean, this seems like a pretty normal thing to do in a game.
I have a thing with being high above water. Just freaks me out.
Oh,
Even just the image
that's
is just
just
like, nope.
because I'm currently floating.
It amuses me that you have a tiny wrench dangling from your energy baton, like a keychain.
Yeah, that's a tiny little keychain hanging from the Xeno Basher, which is just a cattle prod / sword.
And Shadow says, "Behold, your opportunity for greatness presents itself. Immortality, we give it to you. Let all who come before us as enemies suffer the cost of their hubris in blood and pain." Wow, you are just cheery this morning, or this afternoon, aren't you?
Isn't that from a movie?
I don't know. Could be. I was giving him points for credibility. So I was just bemoaning that there's no good movies coming out, and promptly discover that the new Venom comes out at the end of the month, and they're going to show it at the IMAX downtown. So,
Forget
Yeah, I've heard those are pretty
I'll,
good, actually.
it
I'll
looked great.
advise people the HBO show, The Penguin.
Yeah,
It is amazingly good.
I don't have HBO, but maybe I'll watch it.
I've
Yeah.
already watched the first 3, and I don't get HBO.
Like literally all of the things I've heard about Penguin are that it's a hardcore, like, serious crime drama.
Yeah.
It's set
Yeah,
in the Batman fictional setting, but it doesn't actually have Batman in it yet. This
No,
is like before Batman shows up and is showing just
No.
how bad
No, it's actually a sequel to the movie The Batman, which had a Riddler wearing a garbage bag blowing up the city. It plays out right after the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, though, but one of the things I heard about it was that it doesn't actually have Batman in it. It's showing what the crime gangs in Gotham do when
Yeah.
Batman's not kicking.
It's the Falcons against the Maronis and Oswald Cobblepot trying to get out on top. It's really good. I mean, if you like things like The Godfather, you're gonna love this stuff.
Osiris says, "I love Josh from Let's Game It Out. He does fun stuff in Satisfactory, pure chaos designs."
Oh,
Okay.
Let's Game It Out. No, you do not want to watch the first Let's Game It Out video, Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, there's this cute little critter in game called Lizard Doggo,
Yeah.
and the guy from Let's Game It Out uses them to dispose of nuclear waste.
No, we do not like
And-
this
and-
person.
And
Nope.
and
Nope,
no,
nope.
well, it's kind of hilarious what he does, but it's also really no bueno.
Nope,
Like,
nope.
you don't do
nope.
that to the poor lizard doggos.
Well, see, one thing that I've learned from past experience. with
Rachel,
some of
thank
these
you.
games
You didn't have to do that, but thank you.
is that you will find some very useful creatures in the games that are also extremely cute until you throw them into your machinery and grind up their organs.
Yeah, the cute creatures in Satisfactory help you find items. They're actually really good to get some at the start of the game, like 4 or 5 of them. Make a little pen, put them in there, and then just keep picking up the items that they find for you.
I just noticed something.
Yes.
That I looked at this before, but never actually properly counted it. You know how there's that big round central floor in the new Romulus command building?
Yes.
Uh, it's in the shape of a 9-petaled flower.
Oh, I'd never noticed that. I'll have to go look.
Yeah, I noticed that it was set up as a repeating pattern, like a radial pattern, but I
Good
never
call.
actually counted to see how many repetitions it
I'm
had.
sorry. Graz, what'd you say? Graz, did you say something?
Oh, yeah. No, it's nothing.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Let's go ahead and launch this since we don't have anybody else who seems to be interested here. Space or ground?
I don't really have a post about it.
Let's go that way. We'll make it painless. It's me and Graz versus Marhawkman and Shadow. Hi, Rasul. How are you? And, no, I just finished it. Let's see. Let's see if it lets me add you. Yeah, let me add you. You can be on their team. Thornburg Media. It says first time chat. I swear you've been here before.
Oh, hey. I don't think he's been here before. Not sure though.
Who? Thornburg Media? Yeah, I thought he was.
In voice chat, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that means he was here before.
Right.
1 sec here. That button. That button. Yeah, we should be good.
Hmm.
5 rounds.
I like the game I'm playing. It's very relaxed. It's a factory game, but also semi survival game.
What the?
Just very low on the survival and very high on the building.
Stop hiding. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about my shields. What do we got? We've got 2 defeats going so far. Oh, there we go. 4 out of 5. All right. Painless, right?
Yep.
Yay.
Oh, okay. So you define getting hit with a giant red ball of plasma as painless. Okay.
It works. It's all just variations on things getting shooty-shootied. Well, we appreciate
Like-
that, Thornburg Media.
Like you guys on your team's initial salvo basically wiped all of us out before we even fired at it.
You said initial salvo, right?
It's like as far as I could tell, you weren't even in firing range.
Well, when I do this with my other 3 accounts, I'll just run them all at once and, figure out who's going to shoot. We'll have 1 on the enemy side and then 2 on the other team. Just, try and get it done fast. It doesn't have to take a while. And who just joined us?
I did.
I did. Well, hi. How are you doing?
Doing just fine.
Good. Glad to hear your voice.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has. It has. Yeah, I have been... allegedly, I've been working towards retiring. That actually has not happened. Probably should. Probably
No one ever
should.
retires.
Yeah, no, you're right. No one does. It's been...
Yeah, it's the same with my stepmom. She has been trying to retire for the last 2 years.
Well, I cut back from 40-some hours a week to 20-some hours a week. I'm only supposed to go in twice a week, so this week I've been in 4 out of 5 days. I'm going to be home tomorrow, and then back on Saturday and Sunday. So 6 days out of 7 this week.
Yep, my stepmom cut down by 1 day first, and then now she's down to, I think, 2 days a week.
Oh, that's good. It's really difficult if you've worked all your life and all of a sudden you're not working. It's just weird.
She just likes her job too much.
Yeah, well, I like the paycheck. I mean, I don't need to have the money, but at the same time, your brain is always set on, I need a paycheck. No, you don't. But I do. No, you don't. Excuse me 1 second here. I've got the hiccups. All right. So what are we doing tonight now that we've done the PvP?
We could do it again on ground.
I'm game too, but if I'm going to do it again, I'm going to go grab my other account and do it on that one. Cyrus says, I'm retiring in November, losing 66% income, gaining 44% passive.
That doesn't work out math-wise. That should be 66 and 34. Or
Yeah.
44.
Maybe he's special. Maybe it's replacing it. Yeah, why is that doing that? Stop that. My phone has decided to be very strange. I do not want superhero gift cards. What is wrong with you? All right, let me get one of my other accounts out. Give me a sec here. Nope, that button right there. Thank you.
That means we need to leave the TFO.
Yes, I have to go get in a different TFO. Get a different tune-up. You said you wanted to do ground?
Anything ground really, but yeah. I think my build would be quite funny in PvP. Probably not PvP optimized by any means, but could be quite confusing to fight against it.
Okay, it's 56 and 44. That works. Let's see, WC says, don't need, but would like, or perhaps even would like to tread water with work while you get comfortable with long-term strategy. Yeah. Stepping away from this is challenging. Let's see. Osiris, buying a house, my brain is squirrel poop. Yeah, as soon as I decided I was retiring, I also decided I would buy a house, which looks really bad on paper. That's not the button I want. I want that button. Yes, there you go. Private, PvP.
All the buttons.
There's one button. Yes, I know buttons will be fine. Who else is joining us for a little ground stuff?
Oh, you're an engineer. Then you could actually copy the build. Got an X in chat. Nice.
Got it. Anybody else? Come on. You know you gotta do it.
Science on ground. That's a challenge.
Actually, my first tune was science and spent a lot of time doing ground. But this is way, way back in the day.
Let me just put it this way. I'm really failing to see what the purpose of science on ground is. Because anything that science is meant to do, engineer can do better.
Hey, he's got a science tune. He's
I
bringing it
wouldn't
along.
say that.
We're good.
In space, science is fine. I really would like that a lot of stuff that's currently assigned to an engineer would be moved to a scientist. I don't like the current state of things, but area damage? Most of the good area damage is universal, so who cares what the class is? And healing, an engineer can do better. And buffing and tactical can do better. So what's the point in science?
It's just fun.
Yeah, but I want science to have a role on ground that actually does something
That's
useful.
a really, really narrow, pencil-thin way of looking at roles.
Not really. I want each class to be useful in the game in some way and have a niche that only they can really fill. And that's clearly not the case.
That's problematic from a game design standpoint. Trying to define something as a unique thing in a game that's set up to have multiple ways to do everything is.
For example, minions are something that engineers excel in. DPS is something that tacticals excel in. And initially, healing was something that science excelled in, and area damage. But they since moved that either to Universal or to engineers. So, yeah.
I wonder if any other class except science can have 4 revives built in to their character. Because automated adrenal hypo is a science-only skill.
I can get 3 on any character.
Perfectly for cooling down your other kit abilities.
You can get 3 on any character.
Science can get 4.
I mean, there's
3,
Mats,
4,
there is the
fine.
Vinculus, and there is the trait for you get a couple seconds of coming back to life.
No, I'm talking about the Red Angel suit everyone can have.
Then that's 4 that everyone can have, okay.
The Temporal Negotiator everyone can have. Muds. But
Temporal Negotiator?
automated adrenal hypo is science only.
Yeah, but then there is the Vinculum, which can everyone get. Okay, that's a rest, not a undo. Then there is a trait where you can revive on death for a few seconds. And if you manage to activate Mud's time device, then you can survive. But yeah, there's a couple options. The only problem is that almost all of them are revives, not avoid death, except
Yes.
for Mud's.
Yeah.
Which means they still count as a kill in PvP.
Well,
Yeah.
automated adrenal hypo does the same as Muds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And science is the only one that can use it. And because of its lengthy cooldown time, in combination with Muds, means that a lot of stuff gets quickly cooled down. And then it upon itself, if it's not triggered before the time runs out, it applies a cooldown on all your other skills.
We've got an ad starting in about 2.5 minutes, so we're going to wait for the ad to run, and once that's done, we'll go ahead and do that in case anybody wants to get this done.
I
Yeah.
don't know why, but this particular one of Royal Flush, we had the Borg for some reason be extra on fire when it came time for the cutscene.
That's interesting. Hey, Dwayne, it's not a matter of being good at PvP, it's a matter of getting it done. That's why I described it as the broccoli of universals. Not that you like it necessarily, though I happen to like broccoli, but it's good for you.
Me PvP
I
is
don't
the
mind
lima
PvP.
is the lima beans.
Oh, that's actually better. You're quite right. It is lima beans.
I don't
Personally,
like
I
lima
really
beans.
don't mind random PvP. I do mind trying to get competitive with it, because
Yeah.
then you go into a lot of exploity stuff. That's just annoying to deal with for everyone. But just casual for fun, random and PvP, with everyone not being prepared for PvP and just using PvE builds, that's kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
Well, of course, then you have those people who don't do the cookie cutter thing in PvE, so their PvE builds are like, wait, why are you doing that?
Yeah, but those tend to die fairly quickly.
I mean, like for this particular character I'm on is my ship is a legendary Talus. Care to guess why I chose the legendary Talus for this build?
No clue.
Stealth bomber.
Ah, yeah.
Basically,
I-
fly around cloak and fling plasma torpedoes at everything that moves.
Yeah, I did the same with that Klingon Discovery Bird of Prey thingy from the Klingon recruit. I actually should update that build. I got the event ship, and that fires a free torpedo whenever you fire a torpedo.
I've heard those basically do almost nothing in terms of damage.
Yeah, but I fire like 5 spreads in a row.
Yeah. Well, but that's
Yeah,
the thing, though, is that part of the limitation with it is that each spread apparently gets like 1 bonus torpedo.
Ah, so it only counts as one firing, regardless of how many torpedoes spawn. Okay.
Yeah, it has some really, really awkward requirements for it. Here, I'll go make a screenshot of the trait and show you what it says. I did actually start using that one, the Typhoon on a character, I always fly new ships on some, even if it's a ship I don't particularly like. I want to try it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the new carrier, the Fortress carrier, whatever it's called.
Typhoon as a 5/3, there's a lot of things you can do with that in terms of a beam attack build. And this character is someone who was flying a beam overload build on a one of the Star Trek Online original Romulan ships. I don't remember exactly. But I was able to transfer most of that to this thing. Okay, so the trait on the ship. Oh, dang it. Oh, that's right. You can't actually see the expanded tooltip.
Yeah, I got the ship. I can look up the trade myself. It's fine.
Well, okay. When you mouse over the trade, you get the short version of it. It says, when firing any torpedo weapon, launch a microcharge that deals X amount of kinetic damage. It's one of those things that's bugged so that it gives you the wrong damage scaling when you look at it on ground.
That's just because all the ground or the space skills and buffs are not loaded when you're on ground.
I
that's
know
normal.
that. That's what I was getting at. But I can't tell you exactly what it does because
It also
I'm
depends
not-
heavily on your build, so it's
I'm not
subjective
entirely
anyway.
sure if that is actually giving you the correct numbers for it at all.
Even
Anyway,
even if it's just 1,000 damage, that's still 1,000 extra damage for each torpedo.
Whatever. Anyway, the question, of course, is would something else be better? So, yeah, that's one of those things for bin maxers to tinker with. And what I heard is that it's not that great. But again, it's one of those things where you have to be constantly firing torpedoes to make use of it.
Oh, I fully agree that it's not particularly great for the purpose of just doing damage, but in a perma-cloaked torpedo build, it suddenly becomes more valuable because you're limited to just torpedoes.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, the build that I was using in that PvP thing there, yeah, it does some interesting things with torpedoes because I actually have the Sona trait that makes the whole like subspace rips thing when I do high yield torpedoes. Surprisingly, those actually do far less damage to players than they do to NPCs. Oh wait, no, that's not surprising at all, because players actually use armor, and most NPCs have 0 armor.
I thought they had 50.
That drastically changes things. No. Okay, NPCs will have 50 resistance to certain things, not like direct damage most of the time.
I meant 50 DRR, not a 50% damage reduction. I meant just 50 points, not percent.
I don't know about that. Anyway, so players have a much higher value for damage resistance there.
Oh, definitely.
Sphinx asks, is it okay to be angry at an ad even if it's from the company I work at? Sure. Never stops me.
You might not want to make that public for a company, but...
see, that's one of those things where it's like talking about it at beyond a certain extent is probably unwise as a career move. However,
but don't tell us
getting annoyed about it seems perfectly natural.
Let's see. Let's try and make some teams
I have
here.
a thing with that. If there's an ad playing at the top right corner, you can actually give some feedback. So when I get particularly annoyed by ads, I give feedback that gives them a piece of my mind how I feel about ads on Twitch.
Yeah, the thing you need to be careful of is if you give negative feedback to your own company, it's entirely possible, though rare, that it can come back to haunt you later. It has been known to happen. And
in the US.
Yeah, in the US. So my boss knows that if we ever did an ad, people would come back and say things, and she's just like, just come and tell me in person, you know? Just tell me. We'll try and figure it out.
Well, see, that's actually one of those things that I've known a lot of people where personal feedback like that, they would, prefer it if you, did it via certain channels, but they absolutely wanted feedback. They just didn't want the feedback to be thrown out into the public air.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Start ding you. There we go.
Let's all die horribly.
Just don't flag the Rover song. Don't flag the Rover song. It's disappeared and I want it back. I want my Rover song back. Patrick, talk to Rasul if you want some really good ground build stuff.
Yeah, I love doing ground build stuff too, so I've got a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Oh.
I still think Star Trek is about people, not ships, and therefore I focus on people.
Yep. I agree with you on that one. Let's see. Dwayne says, I'm currently leveling my new sci-fed alien tune.
Well, my only Discovery character is actually a weird alien, simply because of the fact that all of the Discovery faction races are races I had already played with this week. Actually, hang on. I'm going to go double check just to see how many options there are for new Discovery characters. It's been years since I actually looked at the list of options for Discovery Starfleet.
Yow! Thanks. That hurt.
Oh, so they did the thing where they make the entire room explode?
Hang on 1 second. This tune didn't get dragged along. Give me 1 sec here. Okay.
Badgie looks evil.
Badgie is evil.
That's why it was. The only 3 options for Discovery Starfleet is Human, Vulcan, and Klingon. That's why it took.
Badgie isn't evil. Clippy was evil.
I love Clippy.
Arguably, Clippy is worse than Badgie, but...
Well, see? I told you this would be easy. This would be fast, would you?
I'm not allowed to repeat people wrong TV.
I don't care as long as it... Oh, it didn't give me credit on my alternate account. How interesting. Probably because I didn't do enough damage.
Yeah, you did, what, 47 out of... if that's you?
Yep. Yeah, I didn't remember I had it going on 2 different accounts at the same time, so no worries. Let's see. Rasul already gave me several good builds some years ago. They're still good. I've got ad blockers, and if I have to turn them off, an app that clicks through everything. So according to Google, last time I checked, it demanded I set my location to where I really am in France. That's after showing me ads for catering supplies in Turkey.
Oh. Well, one of the things that I remember from one of the previous PvP Endeavor things was one of the guys who jumped in for that one had a real PvP build, which could somehow basically disable you by looking at you.
Oh, I can make builds like that. That's not a problem. I like doing that.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did I made it right on the PvP? I mean, I only had that kind of army of monsters.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because it was so short that I didn't even understand anything.
Well, it doesn't say we have to play it for a long time. It just says we have to play it.
You have to get credit for participating.
Yes, I didn't get in there fast enough, so I didn't get credit for it. But that's okay. I can go back and play it again. And Shadow's going, let's do it again.
I'm not sure if getting blown up counts as credit for participating.
It does.
As long as it doesn't show the Endeavor anymore, I'm good.
For some reason, I also completed one Endeavor.
Oh yeah, did you guys notice that they made it so that Universal Endeavor boxes are now bound to account?
Universal Endeavor boxes are bound to account, haven't they always been?
Yeah, they've always been.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Give me a second, please. Sorry.
Sure.
Sometimes I was thinking of a character bound.
No, they've always been bound to account.
Yeah. Endeavors are bound to account, but the random TFO boxes, those are character bound. I think.
Oh, Shadow, don't worry about me. I've got 2 more accounts, technically 3 more accounts to run it on, so I can team them up after we're done here. And make sure each one gets at least 1 kill before we're done.
Okay. Sorry, I am back.
Okay.
I have a question is regarding this trade, this space trade, the ring of our enemies.
Rune of our enemies? Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's probably the most broken trade I ever seen, but I didn't know it until I bought the. Sorry, until I bought the jellyfish ship, and I already spent that special box, which had the D7 ship. So now the question is, the only way to get it is by waiting for the next year, because I remember that from that box I didn't got anything wrong anyway. I got the facial lens. I got this console over here. Let me see.
The immolating phaser lens from the...
Yes, that one.
Yeah, from the little synth ship.
Yes.
That one goes together with the trait from the 32nd century crossfield.
Well, so it was a bad idea. Because as far as I know, there's another ship of the Alliance that had it, but it wasn't a console. It was some sort of ability from the ship itself. But since I wanted my ship with that, I chose that one. So now the question is, the D7 trait, the only way to get it is from the next year event.
Or getting the ship off the exchange.
Can
I
you?
don't think that's possible. I
No, it's probably going to be 1.5 billion
Yeah.
energy credits
Yeah.
to get a good ship. Although, if you want a silly trait that's pretty broken off of a particularly cheap ship, there is, of course, Invincible off the Zal. This is not a meta trait unless you're actually going to PvP. But instead of dying, you don't.
Yeah.
Instead
When
of
you-
dying, you don't. I like that.
Yeah, when you're about to die, you get 8 seconds of invulnerability.
Yeah, that's either long enough for you to run away and heal, or beat the living crap out of the other guy.
Well, or just hit something that turns the tables. Like if Invincible goes off, and you have something like oh god, what was that called?
I mean, like the build I was in, where
mean,
you know, at
the-
8 seconds I can fire a
The
lot.
only
of plasma.
thing I wanted was the ring of our enemies, because that trait gives you like 300% damage over time. When
If you
stack
manage
up.
to kill 100 enemies before the buff runs out,
Yeah,
and
The
that
shellfish.
that only happens in very rare maps. In most maps, there's a break at some point where you lose a buff.
Yeah, that's for the. I mean, I wanted. That
I'm using the
because-
trait.
I mean, I wanted that because I like to grind these patrols, and I do it quite fast, but I think I could do it even faster without sweating.
Yeah, Rune of Enemies with the jellyfish is amazing for farming TFOs.
Yeah, that's the point, and that's why I was asking about it. But
I mean,
if
there's
there's any,
Good evening, Sav.
there's
That
certain
is similar-
TFOs where that like arc and to kill everything that gets near you style is actually quite effective, and some where you have spent the entire TFO running around chasing it.
yeah,
I actually really dislike the big pink ball that the jellyfish makes in the map.
It
Why?
looks atrocious, yes.
Yeah, I actually get really
yeah, it looks horrible
Nah.
because you might not have the filters I'm using. The problem of this game is the bloom.
It's not the bloom,
I mean-
it's just overload in visual effects. There are just
Yes,
way too many
exactly.
visual effects.
it's
If-
too much.
If you
Like
want, I can help you with that. It looks a little better, but I can't assure you you won't like it anyway. As
I
you
would
can
like to turn
see
off 99% of all effects.
on data's gallery. I have image some screenshots, and you can see that the game looks far better because it's really a mess.
I would like it if that animation of the big pink orb was just a couple of seconds, and then it would disappear without disabling the effect. Right?
Well, I
that
know why they
nobody's
don't do that.
bothered by the visuals anymore.
It's
Well, it was at least 90% transparent, so only 10% visible. So you can still see it and see where the effect ends.
well,
So you can plan for it, but it's barely visible.
again, it's one of those things where they needed to have some way to show people whether they're inside or outside the
Well, I get that it's still annoying.
Yeah, it's
You
it's
don't
too
get
visible.
a tiny little ring.
Sav says, I have most visuals turned off. Yeah, there are times the visual noise is just a lot. Speaking of visual noise, anybody want to go do shooties?
Yeah, sure.
People, are you sure
What do you want to shoot?
you don't
I
want
don't
help
know.
with the game visual quality? I can help with that, but only if you have a Nvidia graphic card. I mean,
That's
without it, it's
fine.
impossible.
Thanks, but it's fine.
You know, I find myself go away to people when I'm playing and they use that thing. I'm sitting here behind my keys going, go away. Shh. just because they're using the jellyfish AFK technique.
You actually use science abilities while in jelly mode, so you can still do stuff.
I know, but I just don't like the play style during the events.
Yeah.
Hey,
A lot of
bye.
people just do that nowadays.
Usually the event starts out for the first couple of days where everything is playing on a normal ship, and then the jellyfish starts showing up.
Hi, Pi. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Hey,
Good to
by
hear
the
your
way-
voice. Yes. Yes.
Mm,
Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One.
Earlier I flew the event TFO,
Yes.
and I had 3 jellies in the TFO.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, with respect, I use the jellies when I want to go down and get a cup of coffee. Put the jelly in,
Check
go
your
down and
mail.
get my coffee. Check my mail?
Check your mail.
I'm on a different account. Give me a sec.
I have the jelly. I have all the pieces to make one of the strongest jellies in the game, and I still refuse to play it.
You got the Baul Sentry mode?
I remember the last time I used the Shelly, I was looking for. I was looking a video and I left the Shelly on one side of my screen and in the other the series I was looking, and just pressing spacebar and looking at the other side. It was so funny. It's so basic that you can farm it everything and that's it.
Well,
You could-
I'm looking forward to seeing the result of having jelly mode for that Mars defense mission.
Oh, that's thought.
Because one of the things that I've done with a bull sentry ship that was the most effective was the final stage of that. Just park on top of the starbase and sentry.
Pie. Well,
And,
thank
and,
you.
And shoot at anything and everything that gets close.
You could
You get
go
a badge,
even a step
Tom.
further.
Yes.
You
I
can even
kind
go a
of
step
figured as
further.
much. I kind of figured you got a badgie, Mom.
I got a Benji. Thank you, Pie.
There are even abilities that let you. Their abilities allow you to teleport into the starbase.
Well, one of the things that I noticed is that that particular build with that Baul sentries, I actually had a reason to use the reiterative structural capacitor because it's an AoE heal that will heal all of my sentries simultaneously.
Ah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I love having that on my tank.
Because that is a problem that can happen in TFOs, is having your sentries get blown.
Well,
You probably also want the Overlord Integrity Field, bit of the skill.
Probably.
That turns any heal you any hull heal you that targets you into an area of effect.
One sec.
Pie, do you want to join us for some spacey, stabby stuff?
Give me a second.
Sure. Hang on a second.
1.
Oh, I'm on this team. I'm on this team. That's my line.
I think today it's
And if
everyone's
you-
line.
Yeah, I said it earlier.
And if you want a complete collection, there you go.
We do have so many wonderful veggies. But I was telling Rachel, now I have to make 3 more Christmas trees.
I spent like
Badgie
1,000
tree.
low buy.
How many did you spend?
I bought what? I sent you 13. About around 25 packs or something.
Oh, wow. You can barely hear Pie. Let me see if I can fix that. Stop.
No, it's my mic.
Oh, it's your mic. Okay.
No, it's fine. Price
Yeah.
fine on my end.
Yeah, it's fine on my end too, but Sav, because of her advanced age, is having some hearing issues.
Oh, I'll be right back. Just
Okay.
give me a hot minute.
We'll still be right here.
I thought she was in her 20s.
All women are older than that 20s.
Yeah, we're all in our 20s. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sure.
Oh yeah.
Sure we are.
Or below that, but never above that.
Yeah, I forgot what the
Yeah,
line
yeah.
is. I've got shoes older than that.
Where I work at, I have to at least 2 or 3 times a day ask for ID.
Oh,
I have to do
Pretty
that
much
once-
state law. Pretty much anyone buying alcohol or tobacco.
Are you in Utah?
Nope.
Oh,
Oklahoma.
oh,
Okay,
even
'cause, yeah.
better.
I do that in Utah too. I work at a state liquor store.
Yeah, but pretty much. But the thing is that Pretty much. Usually when they hand me the ID, I check the front to verify if it's valid. And I'll say, "Are you sure you're old enough?" And clearly, they look old enough. And the ID's 19's the first two digits. I'll just say that. And a lot of the ladies love it, even though
Oh
I'm
yeah,
completely-
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even though I'm completely BSing them. Yeah, hey, they're 23. And that's all I'm going to say.
Eternally.
We
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
I'll
a
follow
law here that you get carded if you don't appear to be over 45. No, that's fine. If you're not 40, if you don't look like you're 45, you get carded. And I'm like, thank you for carding me. I appreciate that so much.
See, we have to card everyone here in Utah, no matter what.
Yeah, but
Even
that
if they're in
takes,
their-
that takes away some of the fun.
I'm back.
Well, welcome back. Hold on a second. For
Well-
some reason, we've still got people on 2 teams.
I think the mentality behind the law, Utah and Oklahoma, is there are people out there that look like they're in the 30s, but yet they're
Oh, yeah.
20. And also at the same time, there are people out there that, are you seriously, you're 45? You look...
I had this
Yeah.
girl that I knew in high school. I thought she was a teacher. Turns out she was a senior in high school.
and
She had gray hair. She
Yeah,
had
it
gray
happens. I start getting gray in high
Yeah.
school.
Uh,
By the way,
people-
before we go any further on this very interesting conversation, what are we playing?
hair. Star Trek.
Any kind of pew pew?
Yeah, do we have a preference in Pew Pew?
I would just go for randoms.
Okay, I'm good with randoms.
but people tell me it's like,
Weeble?
they're surprised that I tell that people are surprised that I tell them I'm 43. Yeah, I look like I'm probably in my mid-30s.
I actually got carded at a Star Trek convention 10 years ago.
That's because you had your sippy cup with you.
No, this was at the Star Trek convention. They actually carded me because I shaved off my head and my beard. I had no gray hair. I actually looked like a baby face when I shaved my head.
You kind of do look baby face.
And so they carded me. I'm like, okay. That's all I said.
I assume you're not going to complain about that, right?
You know, it's kind of nice sometimes to be thought you're younger than you are.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about it, even though it can be a bit of a hassle if you're in a hurry.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have my ID out because they're supposed to ask you and they don't. I'm like, but you don't look like it's okay. I don't buy stuff. That's fine. Actually, I have to hit the liquor store on Saturday.
Wow. Got quiet all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, everybody's so focused on their pew pew, you know, because it's so complex for all of us. Remember
It's
when?
difficult. We might die. I mean, we are playing on Elite, right?
No, we're playing on advanced. We're not playing on elite. Yeah, if I hit elite, we're
assumed
gonna
as
get
much.
something like Corfez. It will
Yeah,
come
not
to
on
get
this
us.
ship.
Yeah, not on this. Not on this account. Holy moly! That would
I
be
just threw the ship
bad.
together for the funsies, not because I thought it's good.
WC says, was that a... Should have joined us last night. Was at a restaurant once, and a friend of mine was acting so immature he was asked for his ID, and I wasn't. We were nearly the exact same age, 3 weeks apart. Yep. So, not yesterday. Day before yesterday, Board King JB was on as our guest star, because we're not doing guest stars on Tuesday nights. And we played home with a level of wild abandon that we haven't had in a while. It was just fun. And everything died, except us.
Well, if you like some buffs, I got a lot of buffs lying around me. I'm running the that Nukara two-piece where all the gems spawn.
We got them all. Did somebody just join us? Ah, Christian is back with us.
What's it called? The Tholian set.
Oh, the lens set's
Yeah.
nice. Goes
Yeah.
back a ways.
Spawning those little orbs.
Yes.
Each of them acts as a mine.
Oh, how nice. In addition to all the tractor mimes here.
I mean, as a boom mine, and without a limit, and yeah, there's a lot of them. And if a friendly picks it up, it's a secondary shield. Which means every time I kill an enemy, I spawn a mine.
That's an interesting approach.
And then the next wave enemy spawns right on the mine. That kinda helps killing the next wave.
Dwayne says, of course, I was at a Grum's party on Tuesday. Of course you were, Dwayne.
But yeah, this build is definitely not meant for high performance. So it's a Tachyon build.
I have a high performance Tetrion build.
Is it working now?
Well, I'm at about 115k, so it's not weak. But
That's definitely not weak, no. Rachel, I think Rachel cracked 1 million the other day. Or
But
was
not
it
for Tetrion.
999? Something like that. Really high up there.
I highly doubt that Tetrion is currently viable above 400k or so.
What have you got on the boomstick, Musin?
Oh no, Tetrion boomstick was the last time I parsed it. It did 800k, and I was sure I could break 1 million.
Okay.
But you have to dedicate yourself to doing all Tetrion and using a good ship. Now, the Tetrion boomstick is the Vadwar Juggernaut, which is arguably the best cannon scatter volley build. So I made a Tetrion cannon scatter volley build.
Sphinx says Tetrion on my Husnak broke 1 million.
Okay, so Tetrion is now viable. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks to that Tholian set with the crystals, it is. And I've combined that with the Zenkethi Tetrion set from the Lobby store.
Ah, right. There was no Tetrion set. I might get that one, yeah.
Yeah, because you can actually run both sets.
Yeah, I mean, I just threw this ship together, and because it looks nice, so I made a build from it.
As long as there's a good reason.
And I ended up with just random stuff that I had lying around, plus I think I spent 5 million on it or something like that. So basically peanuts. And I ended up with 100k.
The only reason that the Legendary Inquiry is doing better and holds the record right now is because of its maneuverability.
Yeah,
The actual
but that's
raw
part of it.
power that you can get out is still the highest on the Vodvor Juggernaut. Though it flies like a brick. So you got to pilot it and get it into position real well.
So you're saying it flies like a juggernaut?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, if you want something that's, you know, piloting better, go with the Legendary Inquiry.
Dwayne says,
So you're-
for my CSV build, I've got my WR.
World Razor.
Thank you. I was trying to figure that one out.
I've heard that it's actually like basically one of those things that is more popular because it was in Picard than because it's actually
Yeah.
Now, World Ranger is actually pretty good and versatile.
There's a guy that runs with that's in my armada who has the racer, and I think he gets somewhere up around the million DPS with
Ooh.
it.
Hey, Rachel, what were you running for your build the other day? I know you mentioned it to me. I just don't remember off the top of my head. And yes, I could look because it's on my phone, but I'm not going to.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them. Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
Hey, Odo.
I never understand why they run the evacuation the way they do. Gather all the ships and send them out in one big wave.
Is
Way
there
less
like
chance of any of them getting destroyed.
Is that they just don't have the ability to launch ships all at once.
well, it would be boring if we had to do that. This way, at least we get to let it run out for a while. A Dalkina plasma build. Nice.
Yeah, I need to parse that one. Pretty sure I go over 3 million DPS
Ooh.
with that.
Sav says I was happy with my 1.69 million DPS. Now I'm just making silly, fun builds that do ridiculous stuff because Mom doesn't use those words on the air, even though Mom doesn't have a problem with those words.
What's the highest number of refugee ships that you guys?
It never gets
got?
very high. I think it's like consistently 18 or 20
Well,
Okay.
because it's
remember
time
about this-
gated.
Yeah,
I think you can actually accelerate it if you have some way of speeding up the ships.
right. You have to make them refugee ships fly faster by using AOE buffs to flight speed, I think. But
Yeah.
other than that, there's no way to actually get over a certain number just
Yeah.
because of how slow they fly.
Someone is stealing my mines and using them as shields.
Last time on Star Trek Online.
We have that in the game at the beginning of Home, or at one of the episodes last time.
It was it's the last episode of the Gamma Quadrant one.
Right, Home.
Yeah.
The other night.
I'm playing that right now so I can get my 120 fur.
That's the only way to get them, in my opinion.
You know?
Yay, we got a common one.
Oh yeah,
done.
that's right. I have perked to kill on ground too.
And on to the next random.
And on to the next random. Everybody take a
long as
minute. Clean up your inventories, etc., etc. Whatever you
Well,
need to do.
I'm not doing randoms with you guys
Why?
Why?
because I don't like the breach.
Yeah. Oh, you think he's kidding. He's not kidding. He gets the breach a lot.
That's why I don't do randoms anymore.
I think Borking and I did like 2 or 3 nights of randoms, and it came up every single time.
Oh, so it's like rolling in D100 and getting a 1 every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yes, Sav, it kept popping up. It wasn't an event. It's just it hated Borking. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Weeboo?
We've
And look at it'll be the breach.
No, because I'm not playing with you guys.
Are you on advanced or elite?
We're on advanced.
Oh, okay then.
Elite has the
Because-
possibility of throwing in Corfez, and I don't think
Yeah.
it's a team I would
need to
drag
switch
us
to the
down.
other ship for that.
Yes, it's one of those where at the beginning of it you quietly quote to yourselves that line about once more into the breach the cavalry or something or other. They quote such a small piece of it in Star Trek Online that it's hard to remember what the heck it's from.
You don't remember what it's called?
It's this line that Curlin quotes in one of the Iconian War
Yeah.
missions.
Here they come.
Is it Kipling? Half league, onward into the Valley of Death Road, the 300.
That's from
600? 600.
Sergeant Light Brigade.
Yes, thank you, Light Brigade. Thank you.
the Bashir mentioned, quoted that in one of the Deep Space Nine episodes.
Ours is not to question why. Ours is but to do and die. Very English.
Very soldier. Applies to most militaries.
Yeah, true.
It's the old stiff upper lip mentality. You know, it's like, okay, it sucks that we have to do this. However, that's just what came up on today's session.
Well, at some point, they did realize that, hey, sometimes the folks in charge aren't necessarily the sharpest tacks in the box.
Sometimes, eh?
Sometimes, yes.
So that means you had good ones.
Yeah.
Well, what I was saying though is that it's one of those things where you're just like, okay, war is hell, and it sucks to be us.
No, I was chatting with my our new Grandmaster, my previous master, and he was talking about getting assigned. He's Navy, and he was assigned for an investigation. And he said, and the commanding officer was really intelligent and capable, and the two secondary officers after that were intelligent and capable and knew what they were doing. And he was just kind of amazed, but it worked really well. But clearly it's not the standard there. It's just, oh, that worked out well.
I'm sitting in a minefield.
And that's different from the last mission. How?
More mines.
Uh-oh. Stargate War says, I hate my ISP. Lost connection 1:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. It could have been 1:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. So, just be happy that's all you lost. When it goes down here, it's usually for the better part of the day.
Mine doesn't normally go down for long. However, it'll crap out at random, and I have no idea why.
Yep, same here. Most days I have no issues at all. No disconnect, nothing. But on some days, some weeks, I'm getting disconnects every 5 minutes for 2 or 3 hours in a row.
Let's see, Saab
Sometimes
says,
more.
I'd like the Futurama Planet Express ship. That would be good. Oh, Stargate Wars. It happened while it was during a live stream. That's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, that's why I stopped streaming. It just kept happening to my streams.
Oh. It usually happens during the middle of the day when I'm at work, and I'll get a message on my phone going, hey, your house is located in an area that has lost service. And they'll tell you, we expect it to be back up in 5 to 10 hours.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing. I'm just offline with no reason given and no recompense or way of fixing it. Just have to suffer through it.
And Dwayne says, that's why I don't stream at all. If I didn't stream, Dwayne, I'd be able to get enough sleep.
Right.
No, you're playing Star Trek at night. I know you.
I don't, because Id's staying here, and the room he's staying in is next to the computer, so I will not get up in the middle of the night and come up here. But as soon as he gets his own place, gosh darn it, I'll be right back up to playing at 2 in the morning. So.
Over here, if there's an unannounced downtime that lasts 30 minutes or longer, you actually get reimbursed for that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, here it's got to be 24 hours or longer.
You're lucky to get them to acknowledge the fact that something is wrong.
Yep. Here it's usually not our hardware, not our problem.
Yeah,
Deal
there's
with it.
that.
It's okay. There will be times when they will acknowledge something like, "Oh, X area had an outage for Y amount of time." But more often than not, they'll be like, "What? There was an outage? We don't know if it."
Oh, I have a different problem. I'm living in Germany, so we got the formerly state-owned telecom-based infrastructure here.
Mm-hmm.
And every single provider uses it, so if there's any outage, all the providers say, Telecom, not our problem.
Well, where I'm living, we only have one provider, but most of Indy has multiple providers, so if anybody F's up too badly, it's really easy to go to a different company.
The problem is I could go to a different company, it wouldn't change the hardware.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't change that. Yeah, for you, it doesn't solve the problem. For us, it solves the problem. Let's see, Sav just upgraded her internet to 1.5 gig download speed.
Gig. Okay.
Gig, yeah. It's,
Well, you know what's important for you.
it's 1.2 here, but where I was living until I got here, if you wanted to pay for it, you could get up to 5. I just didn't think it was going to make my game all that much better for 5 gig.
Well, a lot of the time-
Bandwidth has no impact on the Static Online's performance. It's latency that you want.
Well, see, that's the other thing is that that bandwidth is only between you and the ISP gateway.
Yep.
Past the ISP gateway, it was sometimes a serious issue.
Yeah, I had no need to go better than the one that was pretty cheap. I think it was $70 a month for 1 gig.
Because, like, 5 gigabyte download speed, like, if the website you're going to download the stuff from is only willing to let you download at 0.5 gigabyte per second, it's not going to go very fast.
No.
Well, at
Sav
0.5
says,
kilobyte per second, it's still going almost instantly.
Yeah.
Sav says we have
I've
5
praised
people
it.
living in one house, all of which use streaming services of one type or another, so it helps her gaming.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's like a group line, having something like that makes a lot more sense.
Yep. On to the next one?
We have to leave this one first. Osiris
Okay.
points.
Actually, you can queue from within TFO.
Yep. You can just stay in, queue the next one, and keep going.
Hang on a
Yeah.
sec.
Don't need to leave.
Well, I'm gonna tap out because
Okay.
it's getting late here, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
Piffly
tap out.
Poofle, it's only like, what, 2 in the morning? 2:30?
Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah.
2:30. No problems. Pi,
I'm
it was a
also gonna-
delight to hear your voice again.
Likewise,
also
and
gonna-
enjoy your badgie.
I will enjoy my badgie. Thank you, and I'll be going, Stippy, Stippy, Stippy! Yay!
And take care, guys.
Take care, Pi.
Also, I'm gonna head out because I got some stuff to do before.
You guys have
I-
got
I-
weird priorities, life and all that other stuff.
Yeah, well, hey, food.
Well, Osiris, game connections are one of those things where there's several different factors at play, and your direct connection to your ISP is only one.
Well, we need 2 more people if we're going to keep playing some randoms with a cohesive team, unless you guys are...
I don't mind randoms.
Okay, yeah, but I mean randoms with pugs.
We can see how many AFK penalties you can hand out.
I'm in the process of starting my stream, so as soon as I get that done, I could jump in.
Hey, Fighter, how are you doing, my dear? Good to see your voice there, or your name there. Let's see, Stargate War says 1.8 gig is the max my ISP currently sells. It really varies here. Like a half a mile further west of us, you can only get emergency services like a 200 meg because they have to provide it, but they don't have to provide good stuff.
Yeah, but even 200 meg is easily enough for 99% of our users.
Well, that's one of the interesting quirks is that a lot of the time they will do this caveat where they say up to.
Yes, up to. Yes.
So that's basically like the maximum you can reasonably expect to get, and may or may not ever actually get up.
Yeah, ours says up to, but then they have to be within X percentage for X number of times. Oops. Let's see if I can add you to this one, Marhawkman. Otherwise, I'll grab you in next moment. Let's see if that pulls you in on this. I don't know that this will work. We'll see.
Well, I'm on your team.
Well, you know what? Probably isn't going to.
I mean, we could always cancel the.
Because it's still in the private queue. Let's see here. No, I love you. Stop licking my hands.
It's amusing watching Mom on the stream. In one
Yes.
place while standing next to Mom and ESG.
I'm wondering what the grand prize for the Halloween event this month will be. Let's re-queue that now. Oh, hold on. Oh, we got you there. Yeah, that's a good question. Weewoo?
Vivu.
Weewoo.
Vivu.
Oh, that's what we need to have pumpkin carving. Hi, Death. How are you doing? Starfleet pumpkin carving.
Well, we do actually have some pumpkin stuff in Champions Online.
Yeah, but you guys have fun toys there. I need swimming and I need pumpkin carving.
I would like diving.
Diving would be good. We were thinking about doing golf the other day, too.
In Champions Online, you can go visit Lemuria, where good luck finding air.
Isn't that the land where they have all the lemurs? Lemuria?
Well, this is that whole like under the Pacific Ocean area.
Yes, I know where Lemuria was allegedly.
It's it's interesting though because like they do the whole like sunken underwater ruins thing.
Yeah, I'd like to do that for like swimming. You know,
and sharks that try to bite your face off.
The thing is, since we've now got that weird swimmy effect with the Undine in this latest episode, and then with the new TFO, why can't we get it as, you know, the swimmy effect? They just have to then put in an equivalent of the floater module. My goodness, we're getting a lot of familiar ones tonight, aren't we? Let's see, I have a costume idea, Fighter says, which is an MTF from SCP. Okay, I have no idea what that is.
Secure Containment Protocol? I don't recognize MTF.
I did all the costuming I'm doing for a while. I've got my Borg pool costume, which I think I'm going to wear it to work on the 31st and see if anybody notices.
SCP is this weird, like, shared fiction idea people came up with a while back.
Ah.
They make up all of these oogie boogie bump in the night things to tell stories about that are only loosely connected to reality as we know it.
They're loosely connected to any kind of sense at all.
I mean, yes.
Mobile Task Force.
Including the 5 senses.
Mobile Task Force. Oh, right. Because like SCP has the idea of like you need to protect the human race and the world in general by containing anomalous whatever things. And I guess Mobile Task Force is the thing that goes out and finds things.
We're all going left, okay?
Apparently.
Around.
I like the SCP file about Cthulhu. They got Cthulhu locked up and like people start worshipping around him and he's just all like, no, please don't, just no, and just yeah, they start doing the
being
weird
worshipped
stuff.
by mortals is cringe.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh hey, purple vending trash drop. To be honest, though, it's like if you follow the original source material for Cthulhu, he's basically one of those beings who is like the epitome of the a puny mortal's trope. Like he would never like speak to mortals directly because they're just bugs as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, and just by speaking to them, you might actually accidentally squish them. That's icky.
But yeah, SCPs are fun. Some of them. Others
Some of
are
them are
just,
interesting but fun, not so much.
Well, I mean, if you listen to the SCP files, some of them are really original and like fun, as in, good writing, and others are just
Yep.
they have a favorite monster or something from other media, and they wrote it up as like an SCP monster. It's like not a monster, it's just Pokemon.
So some of the more interesting ones I've seen are actually like pseudo sci-fi ways to explain mythological creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I like the guy who was turned into office supplies. That one was funny. Kind of creepy too. Especially since, they keep them on site.
Are they actually using it as office supplies?
Oh, that would be even creepier.
Sort of, but
A
not
similar
really.
concept to SCP was used for the game Control, where they have all of these weird things that no one really can explain that have been collected together in it's this location referred to as the oldest house, because the idea here is that the house itself is one of these.
You say I can launch from directly in here?
Yep.
The scimitar has been destroyed, but
Revo.
Woo-hoo.
And like that's the reason why the house has to have control maintained of it, is to keep the house in control as well.
Sav says, sounds like an erotica where someone gets turned into panties. Wow, we got a Borg thing going on here.
That could literally be an SCP.
Oh, the SCP would be the item that turns other people into panties.
See, what you're forgetting here is that the core problem with the SCP concept in general is the fact that due to the fact that there is no underlying unifying theme, literally anything can be an SCP because everyone writes SCPs differently.
Well, usually some kind of creepypasta thing that they try to write. Just some are really... You can tell they're written by a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
If they're even that old.
No, usually about 12.
Mentally.
Well, mentally, that's a different thing. But no, 12 is
it's
about
like some SCPs are
right.
literally just a Yu-Gi-Oh card that they really like or something.
To be fair, the people making Yu-Gi-Oh cards have a very wide variety of sources of inspiration as well. Some of which are uniquely Japanese takes on Japanese mythology in a modernized sense that are just not something you're going to see in the U.S.
Well, you'll see it in the US, but you might not get it. In terms of understanding the underlying story behind it.
Like, well, I mean, like for Pokemon, one thing that a lot of people don't really get about Pokemon is that several of the Pokemon were based on creatures in Japanese mythology.
Yep.
That they don't normally mention in the U.S. because people in the U.S. don't think they're something.
What I find more interesting about Pokemon is that in the entire Pokemon world, apparently harming Pokemon is evil, but there are no animals, yet people eat meat.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually one of those things that's kind of strange, is that they do have the idea of non-Pokemon animals existing. They just don't show them on a regular basis.
Not much.
They don't even have a single
The
bird or
really
insect.
weird part is when they have a Magikarp on their plate.
Oh, darn the
Where is our ship?
Okay.
Come here. Come
I
here.
don't know, it's probably going to warp in next to Complicadas. That's usually where it's
Alright, oh, right underneath me.
Told ya.
Hi. Bye.
It's still here.
Yeah, why?
I didn't.
There we
think
go.
mosquitoes anyway.
We will.
Wee woo.
Haven't finished picking up loot yet.
You got a couple seconds before the next one starts anyway.
There. I mean, it was only a Steel's battery, but I didn't know until I picked it up.
I mean, it was a white item, so no big loss.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Who are these weird
and a
people that
white-
keep on laughing?
Hey, it's a frost. Woohoo!
a white
Are
quality.
you allowed
Are
to
you
laugh?
staying? Are you
Those
staying
are-
safe?
for some
Are you
reason.
staying safe?
Can I even be heard right now?
Yeah, we can hear
No, I
you.
don't think I can.
We can hear
Are you
you.
staying safe?
He can't hear us.
Do.
We can hear you, Frost.
I can hear. I didn't change anything, but now I can hear you and speak to you. And I don't
Yeah, but your
understand-
voice sounds way different too. A lot less echoey in the background. How are you doing? Are you safe? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
fine. It was just we had. It was an education in how hurricanes actually work versus how people think they work, and discussing it with people became nauseating to say the least.
Oh.
So,
And
Frost,
so-
would you like to know more about the TFO work?
The what? The TFL you're working on?
I don't have a
I've
cat.
seen that
I'm a
one
failure.
before.
I don't have a cat.
They did actually successfully limit
My
the
cat has a cat.
speed and range at which the cats can move.
Yeah,
What the freaking hell?
you can still make them move pretty dang quick.
No, that's not it. That's a lot of
Haha,
stuff.
got it with a fireball.
Fire.
Kill it with fire! Yes, I was chatting with Brad earlier. He is in a shelter. Hoping that his house will be there when he gets out of the shelter.
Brad?
That tends
Yeah.
to be beneficial, yes.
Yes. I have an acquaintance whose house survived it, but there's a very large tree on top of the house at the moment.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Just hanging out there.
Pardon?
The tree's just hanging out on the house.
Well, yeah, it's like a 150-year-old. I think she said it was an oak or a maple. I'm going to say it's probably an oak. And the wind just got it and knocked it down on the house, and it's sitting there on the house. So I'm sure there's damage, but it hasn't destroyed the house, and they're just trying to figure that one out.
Well,
So
I mean, like, there's always that whole like angle of him to save the tree, because trees like that, you don't just get rid of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that module. That module is fun.
Which one?
I hate this one here. The box that spawns minions.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Agnes.
Okay.
I love it, but I wish you wouldn't have to stop to place it. That 1 or 2 second stun for the placement and animation is annoying.
Yes.
So the Valerie was talking about how amusing she found the explosive Zoom drones. Yeah, they're basically like mines that move.
Yeah, but I actually prefer the review mine trap.
Yes.
Because you don't have a limit on the number of mines with that one.
I really like that one.
I mean, I suppose you could use both. You know? I haven't tested whether you can use both, but it seems likely.
The Sung drones have a limit of 1 instant at a time. All other mines have an instant of 2 sets of mines at a time. The only exception is the review mine trap, which doesn't have a limit.
So yeah, I just
Well, with
got
explosive
back in my house
syndromes,
at
I
2:30 this afternoon.
You
and
usually
I've
don't
been kind of
have an issue with that because they
all that
usually
stuff
just
ever
run
since.
into something or
I have an issue with it because my cooldown has to be very good.
Back to the way it should be.
And quite often I actually remove the mines before they reach target.
Insurance people come by, then it's all.
oh,
it's all
because
over
you're
you.
just like
That's always
spamming
fun.
it.
Yeah.
So, I don't think Frost knows that he's talking over people, so Frost is... Are you hearing people
Yeah,
talk?
before it's-
I don't think Frost is hearing us.
Oh, he may have muted us instead of muting himself.
Ah!
So how bad is everybody? Because I mean, I have pretty crappy day. I have to live vicariously through other people.
I had a boring
Well,
day.
that depends. Can you hear? Can you actually hear us?
Can you hear us, Frost?
I think there's a no.
There you go. It's fixed again.
Welcome back to the living and listening.
That is so weird.
Well, anyway, one of the things that Valerie mentioned about the explosive drones is that one thing you can do with them that's not immediately obvious is place them and then box enemies towards them.
Oh my gosh, what a great idea.
I mean, it's very, standard way of doing engineer mines, honestly, but yeah.
There's actually a trick you can do with the song drones, and I think some of the mines as well. There is one of the engineering drones with the brackets engineering in the end. That whenever you summon it, all your mechanical minions get an electroshock attack, and that applies to some mines as well, to each individual mine.
Oh.
Well, that's going to sound pretty useful.
Let me put you down on the
The
ground.
damage is not particularly great, but it's fun.
Yeah, sometimes
I mean,
it's all about the fun.
It's one of those death by 1,000 cuts things. Where it's like you have 20 things doing 50 damage. That's still a lot of damage.
It's a something, but it's not a great thing.
This is it, the center of the hive, where we'll find the spawn.
So I had my monitor broke in
No.
fun.
No.
And so I had to grab another one of my monitors and reconfigure it, work with everything else. And now I found a far more convenient place for it to go. But it's still strange because I'm so used to looking at the other way. But now my setup is almost entirely
What
different.
did you
I was
do
at
to the
4
spawn
monitors,
mother to
now
make
I'm
it go over
5
there?
I confused it. Now it's attacking its minions.
That just sounds mean and
Teleported
intolerant.
halfway across the boss arena.
I'm teleporting all minions all over the place.
Well, if she doesn't get her minion, she doesn't get a snack, so that works out.
I always like confusing an area of area of effect confuses, because minions attacking minions is kind of fun. If it's enemy minions.
Here. I had to say
Wow,
that,
so
mother.
You actually lived long enough that I was able to cast exothermic induction field.
And I can hear everybody else just fine, but Mar Hockman just decides to give up whenever he starts talking.
Well, that sounds like a connection problem.
Maybe it's
I
a
can
Mar
hear everybody
Hockman
else
problem.
just fine.
Yeah, I hear Mark Hawk. Oh, can't talk today. I can hear Mark Hawk. Oh my
Mar
god.
Hockman. Mar
Yes.
If
Hockman.
only you could say it. You'd be busy.
Hey, this is
Sorry,
gonna
I'm not feeling well this week, so.
this is gonna be my
Well, that's
last one for the night. But are you streaming, Mar Hockman?
Oh yeah, I'm currently streaming.
Okay, then we'll move over to your planet when we're done here, so I can go let the Children of Destruction out. It's a Borg thing. What is this?
Don't your dogs have a doggy door?
They have the doors wide open, but the little one at night will only go out if you go out with her, because smartly there are hawks and other critters that like to come in the yard. I think the big one will protect her.
Certain alley cats are probably too big for her.
Well, we're kind of out in the country, so we got hawks and foxes and raccoons and possums and
Probably coyotes.
we have coyotes.
Yeah, not the greatest environment for tiny dogs.
Oh.
No.
No lynxes?
No lynxes.
Lynxes
are
and bobcats
amazing.
are things that you don't really think too much about because, well, they're cats. Usually they're lynxes.
We don't see them too much here in Indiana, but we do get, a lot of other creatures.
It's like it's one of those things that I had one of my relatives that's talking to me about. It's like, yeah, we actually have those in this area. Like, oh.
Oh yeah. No, it's not.
That is weird.
The simulator's
I
having a
keep
bad day.
hitting, torpedo spread, and it doesn't actually give me the torpedo spread.
Yeah, I've had that happen more than a few times, and not just lately.
But it's like just the torpedo spread that it's doing this.
It's doing it to me on a couple things.
That's a lot of beams.
Well, that was short.
Short and disappointing.
Alright, I'm going to get me off this map, and I'm going to leave the team. Who shall we put in charge? Callister,
I'm
gonna
gonna
make-
leave as well.
Okay, well, I'll make my Hawkman team leader then.
Repeat it.
You guys can go off and play, because I'm going to step out of here. And go take care of the babies. Come on, let me leave. Dag nabbit, let me leave the gosh darn team.
Ow.
Thank you. Alright, so I will be back tomorrow night if anybody is around. We can do some more gameplay.
Not at this time.
Pardon?
Not at this time.
Okay.
It's a little late for me.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Radica.
Yep, totally
We'll
get
see
that.
how I feel tomorrow, if I'm even
Well, I
if I
hope you're
work or not.
I hope you're feeling better.
I'm gonna be running a different game tomorrow.
Oh, sweet. Well, some of us have real lives. Not me.
Don't say that out loud, because it might jinx the whole thing.
Let's get there.
All right, what else?
Give me a sec to get everything up here, Mar Hawkman.
Oh wait, no. Undine, Terran, and Romulan.
All right, we're going to go over to Mar Hawkman now. So, on behalf of the Darkmom Consortium and the Broccoli Consortium tonight, thanks for joining me. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, there's worse things to be called.
PvP is the universal, is the broccoli of universals.
The
The lima bean.
The lima beans, excuse me, the lima beans of universals. The one where it's generally, the lima beans cooked in bacon.
How can you
Oh,
confuse
yeah.
broccoli for lima beans?
I didn't confuse them. I couldn't think of anything bad enough except liver. So, we'll go
I
with
love
that one.
liver.
I like broccoli and lima beans.
Soup.
I like broccoli more than lima beans, but I don't like liver. All right, we're going to go visit Mar Hawkman. I will be back hopefully tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. if I don't oversleep again. So everyone have a great night, and thanks for being here. We'll see you
Do you have a
tomorrow.
moment, Mom? Could I talk to you really quick?
Yeah, hang on. Let me just end this one.